the thing that the investors hated early on about OpenTable was that we had to take this box and get it installed at a restaurant. You can imagine sort of the friction that that would cause, and it did. We had a sales team who had to be able to sell to a CEO. All these restaurateurs are CEOs. They're running their own business. They're very busy. Most of them are owner-operators, so you can get their attention from about 10 to 11:30 and 2 to 4:30, so you got 4 hours a day you can sell to them. You've got a salesperson who needs to be able to sell to a restaurateur who's only doing it 4 hours a day, who hates technology, and by the way, the server or the busser just cut their finger off, so they got to rush to the hospital with this person. So it was this huge barrier to entry, and hence the company through its life has raised about $102 million. And a lot of that was purely about getting these boxes in. So one of the things I work with entrepreneurs a lot is unit economics. So what is the cost of sale and what's the arbitrage opportunity for that, or lifetime value of that particular customer? So our original cost of sale was about $4,700 for one of these systems. And so when you're charging $200 or $300 a month and your internet reservation business is $50 or $100 a month, it takes a lot of months to recoup that system. So early on, it was a very expensive business for us to build, a very expensive infrastructure business. So the market, investors hated that. Now, that's why we're trading at 180 times PE ratio. So that's why it's overvalued right now in my mind, because it has this defensible system. And a lot of people told us, how do you make them go get their own computers? Well, they wouldn't go get their own computers. They wouldn't go get their own internet. So we had to do that. We had a mantra internally that if a restaurant could sign their name while falling over, we'd get the system in. We actually had one restaurant in San Francisco that was an influencer. It was called MC Squared. And they had this, host stand that was this piece of steel that came up out of this polished concrete floor and a platform right there, and so we had to get power there, and they're not going to, have extension cords coming down from the ceiling or anything. So we spent, they signed the contract and paid full price for the system, but we spent $4,000 jackhammering up the floor, putting in conduit, putting down new concrete, and polishing the floor again because we needed them as an influencer. So, but anyway, so that was our biggest challenge early on, and that's what the market loves about us now, frankly.